April 27th, come see me and Kevin in our debut show at the Hollywood Improv Lab called This Awful Mess.
Hey everybody, what's up? This is Candid Kevin Tenkin here, asking politely to go over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Do you want to see Eddie live? Go over to EddiePepitone.com. If you want to give us some cash, go over to Patreon.com/EddiePepitone, and for $5 or $20, we get you this video the day it comes out, plus some exclusive Pepitone stand-up content, and sometimes some extra stuff. And now, let's get into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with absolutely no upside. Cheerio, good day, holiday, how do you do? And here he is. Oh my, pinky's out, looking dapper as usual. It's Edward Pepitone.
Good evening, good afternoon, good night. That's checkmate, folks. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon. I've got urine in my underwear. Look, a real man has urine in his underwear. That's what sets us apart. And we are here today, Kev. Hello, everybody. Sorry about the gross, but, after you have your prostate removed, there's all kinds of stuff you have to deal with. And I just wanted you to know that it's very cold here in L.A., but warm urine is kind of nice.
And I have no medical excuse.
Oh, hold on. There we go. It just comes out of me. Anyway, hello. Kev, we're out here. This is the coldest possibly event we've done out here.
Absolutely. This is peak temperature lowness.
For L.A.
Well, Rogan says it's good. He does the cold plunges. We do a whole cold podcast. You know what I mean?
I was thinking, I was telling Kevin that I was thinking if we were in Chicago and we didn't have a studio, we'd be out there in -9. I was in Chicago a few winters ago. Hey!
Take it easy.
Take it easy, you fucking, it's probably...
I'm trying to podcast.
Oh, sorry, crows. I think I scared the crows. God damn it.
He scared the crows, folks.
Anyway, everybody, I was telling Kevin that it would be funny if we were in Chicago and we didn't have a studio and we were like in -9.
Yeah.
I remember being in -9 degrees in Chicago. I was doing a show, and everybody showed up. Like,
amazing.
It was a good crowd that night, -9. And I was just thinking if it was -9 in L.A., people would just be like, Mary, lock, the zombies are out. This weather. So anyway.
Yeah, every time there's any sort of breeze, everybody is like, like even in the house, like people are freezing. And
it pisses me off when people say, out here, when people are like, I can't believe it's been rainy for 2 days. It's like, you have to enjoy this.
Exactly.
I do. I love it. Also, these rainy days, I don't know if it's because we live in the sunshine constantly, but these rainy days, it's so nice to snuggle with the book. If you don't have to work,
Yes.
Snuggle with the book.
Yeah, if you're not working, get a book. Snuggle. Get your snuggle.
No, but under the covers, you have cocoa with marshmallows, maybe a little speed. Have any of you done cocoa and speed? Hello, I own the Nestle's in Sweden. And Nestle's cocoa is better with speed. Inject it into your arm or, your groin area or between the toes so people don't see.
That's all right. To get to your speed and the speed, Coco, right now.
My friend here is more Swedish
I'm
than
the most. Oh, and now I'm getting a little bit Italian on it.
What can you do?
I heard a little bit of the Sweden coming in.
What can you do? Anyway,
Cocoa.
It's just nice when it's cold out,
yes.
And you have cocoa. And if you've had a break from reality, like a psychotic break from reality, and you're hallucinating or whatever, it's still nice to be under the covers.
Absolutely.
With Coco, and you have like on, you have the game show channel and you're watching Match Game from the 70s, and you have a psychotic break with reality just because of all the pressure in your life and the fact that this consumeristic, this more society. Like, this society is like, more, I need it, I need more. And I'm like that. I order things and I wait for them when I order. I want goods delivered.
Even if you're in a psychotic break, having a package delivered to your home under the warmth of a blanket with a warm book, you might not know where you are, but you'll be comfy.
Yes, and sometimes you could scare the people who deliver with when you're in this kind of fractured state by going, "Who is it?" And it's like, "Sir, I have your creatine powder." I hate you, but most of all, I hate myself. Sir, I'm not a therapist, though I have been doing night school. Imagine you have a guy just through the door going, "I think I can help you."
That's interesting, sir. Talk about that a little bit more.
And by the way, I don't know if you could see behind us, but I don't think is there anybody behind us?
There's a couple of guys.
Oh, there is.
That's it.
Are they dangerous?
I don't think so. They look friendly. They're doing the same thing we are. I think they're podcasting in the park.
You know what I like
We've
to do?
started a trend.
Are they doing that?
I mean, there's a.
What do they got? A camera?
They got chairs. No camera.
Oh, they got chairs. Hey, look, folks. You know what I would like to do in a park on a day? This park on a day like today is walk around with my hands behind my back, and anyone who's in the park, I just walk slowly up to them, hand behind my back with this hat on, and be like, in a French accent, go, "Yeah, excuse me, yeah, but we." What accent is that, sir? No, hold on. What are you doing in the park in this weather? That isn't really French. Anyway, give me a little update, Kev, on what your week was like. I just got back from South by Southwest.
Yes, you
I
did.
had a great fucking time. It took me a couple of days to recover.
Yeah. Well, dude,
and now I'm back, huh?
I have been at the Improv doing shows for Ali Wong on the soundboard.
Oh, right.
Yeah, apparently I've been too good at the soundboard at the Improv tour. Now I am getting special requests to do sound for people, and I'm like,
that is funny. If you wind up one of the biggest sound guys, like to the comedic stars,
yes,
like everybody starts asking you, Chappelle, Patton Oswalt, or everybody's God damn it, get me thinking, the sound is off.
I can whisper, I can scream, it never peaks.
How do you like Allie's new material?
It's good. I mean, she's doing. She's asking a lot of questions from the audience to get.
To try to work out. What she wants to do.
She's got something like 17 shows. 17 shows of all. It's just trying to get new material. So the stuff that she's doing is pretty interesting. And she's dating Bill Hader, and so she's been talking about him a little bit. Which
she's
is fun.
Dating Bill Hader. I don't know. That just fucking cracks me up. It cracks me up. I don't know why, but it does. I never saw Barry, that Hader was the star in.
You got to see it. It's great. It's very good.
Yeah, where he plays a hitman who winds up in an acting class.
Yeah.
That's taught by Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Who,
Winkler's
by every
great.
account, is a super nice guy.
Yeah.
Hey! You got to yell at overhead objects, right?
Oh, yeah. They need to know we're here.
You mother... I think it's... Well, it's the boys in blue. The LAPD.
The boys in blue. I'm going to zip up. Man.
It's pretty fucking cold. I love it, though, out in LA. I'm heading back, man, I'm heading back to the East Coast, everybody, on I will be in Boston April 3rd at the Boston Winery as part of the Boston Comedy Festival.
Ooh.
If you're in that area, the New England area, please come out. And then New Jersey, I will be the next day. So April 3rd in Boston, April 4th in Jersey, Mike Romanelli's place, and I forget the fucking name. Go to eddiepepitone.com. I love this little club in Jersey that I do.
Yeah, my buddy Brian Vokey, shout out Brian Vokey, hilarious comic. He's like, are you going with Pepitone to Jersey?
Oh,
And
really?
I'm like,
Why?
Because he's like, I'm going to come out. Because
Is he
moved,
from?
No, he moved to LA to New York about a year ago.
Is he from Jersey? Oh, he moved to New York.
Yeah. So he's
Oh, is he
out
going to
there.
come out?
I think he will come out. Yeah, but I don't know. He said if I'm not there, what's the point? That's what. That's what a lot of people tell me though.
Did he say that?
Oh yeah, no. He'll come.
I'll
out.
only see Pepitone if one of my good friends is there. Other than that, I'm not interested. I've seen his caterwauling about life.
By the way, I was listening to Dangerfield's album for
Which
the
one?
dozenth time or whatever, but he talks about his audience, and he goes,
An album, a comedy album?
it's a
stand-up?
it's a comedy album.
What's it
and
called?
I don't know which one. I think it's just Dangerfield. It's
Okay.
the one where there's only 2 tracks. It's there. There's the first track.
How long is it?
It's like 40 minutes.
Oh,
20,
okay.
20 one side, 20 the other. I think.
And tell me, yes.
And so the audiences don't show up for me. My audiences are always in the same place, against the wall. And when a waiter comes over to them, they panic. No, I'm here with Rodney.
Oh, that's funny.
And I'm like, that reminded me of you so much. I'm
Really?
like, oh yeah, because there's always a lot of people.
The underdog. I take on the role of the underdog.
Yeah, well, and a lot of other comics are coming in and like they want to watch, but then a waitress
right.
coming over and be like, "You guys getting a
Oh,
drink?"
yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
I'm just here to see him.
Right.
You don't want
right,
to support
right,
the
right.
club or no. I'm just here
No.
I'm a comic.
I don't have the money.
I'm a comic you've never heard of, but I'm
my
here to
God.
support these guys. That's how I am most of the time.
Yeah. So what'd you do? So you're requested by Allie Wong. You know what's good though is to watch Allie do her thing. She's super successful, very quickly.
Yeah.
I also tried to win over the Asian female market, but they did not go for me. I put on a nice little, Chinese opera thing, but I got nothing from it.
Well, yeah, I think it was you just had the wrong idea what they would like. You figured if you dressed like an Asian woman, they would appreciate you more. But
Yeah. I have dainty feet.
Yeah. No, you need to get up there in like a sumo outfit, or
My feet were tied and bound when I was a small boy. My father said, I want a boy with dainty feet. Dainty or Danny? Oh, give you fuck. Oh, what are you, speaking the King's English already? My father was a big proponent. Hey! It's interesting. I guess this time of day is the flight pattern here.
it's popping over here in NoHo, baby. It's popping in NoHo over here. Yeah, your father, he was still rebelling against the English. Years and years after the
He kept throwing
war.
tea into the harbor, and I was like, I just bought that fucking tea. I would buy chamomile, morning thunder, all of the, celestial seasonings.
Yeah.
Just to calm down, some belly tea. And I'd be like, where's my tea? And he said, I threw it in the harbor. I said, Dad, the British... Their empire is over. It died, and now ours is dying. That's why I threw in the tea. What? Well, you owe me $6 for the chamomile and the red zinger. Remember red zinger?
Oh, I think that was before my time. I think they've made it illegal at this point, the red zinger. Now, why did your dad revolt against the English? Why was he so upset with the English still?
Well, he just was... He was a man who didn't like to be told what to do by anybody, and he didn't like the idea of being under the guise of British rule.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, so I never understood it. He had a fucking... He was always role-playing where he would be a British redcoat, and I would be like, Dad, you were supposed to help me with my homework. And he was saying, they're massing at Fort Crenton. Fort something. Those battles back then were always about forts.
Yeah. Oh, it's like that guy who's always like, man, I could have been something if it wasn't for your mother. Your mother held me back. Your dad's like, if the fucking British hadn't come try to fuck with me, I would have been a contender.
Yeah. So you're soundboarding for Allie.
I'm soundboarding for Allie.
Have you any spots? I had low spots this week. I'm in an indie film called Mysterious Ways. James Adomian's in it, Elisa Sabo, and other talented people. And I'm going to the premiere of it tonight on Santa Monica Boulevard. It's called Mysterious Ways, if you want to Google that. I play a pastor. I always like acting. I remember filming it. And I was fucking exhausted. I was doing the film in between traveling, and I'll never forget. I was just one of the last film days. Every time they said cut, I would just lay down somewhere.
Dude, I did some training video where I had to pretend to be exercising until my wife got off the camera, and then I go and sit down and I eat something.
Right.
And I had to do so many takes of pretend
all
exercising.
These takes. Why? By the way, if there are filmmakers out there, stop it with takes. Yeah. All right? Okay, let's do it again. Because they always say, that was great, now let's do it again. And I'm like, if it was great, why are we fucking doing it again? But they don't stop, and they think we're... filmmakers, they think we're just fucking props to move around, you know?
Yeah, guys always say stuff like, okay, great, that was perfect. Now 7 more for safety. You know, just let's just do 7 quick takes, and then they'll
Stanley Kubrick was legendary for breaking actors. For Shelley Duvall, that was the famous story during the filming of The Shining. Basically had a nervous breakdown because of Kubrick. He would make actors do take after take. And you know who quit on him was badass Harvey Keitel. Harvey Keitel told him, take a fucking walk. I forget what movie Keitel was going to do for Kubrick. And he kept saying, no, do it again. And Keitel was finally like, go fuck yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah,
he's like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, after a while, I can't imagine. Like any self-respecting individual, after a while... You're like, are you just fucking with me? Like, I would imagine. You know what I mean?
It's hard, though, to, like as an actor, to keep take after take after take after take, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It really is. It really is.
Do you ever find yourself asking the director to direct you?
Yeah.
I found that in almost everything I've done where I'm going, I do it and I don't really get the feedback, and I've got to be like, hey, do you like that? Do you want me to do something different? And I don't know. I always feel weird in those situations. It's usually for a guy who's doing a commercial. Doesn't really care, though. But he's like, yeah.
Do I like that?
Yeah, great.
I like that we're going to finish this today if you stop asking me questions. And then when we finish this commercial for dog food, maybe me and my wife can eat. No, but yeah, the last director I had was just AI, and he was like, it was like, you must be more robotic and machine-like when you make love to her. And I was like, what are you talking about? I mean, that's humanity lovemaking. And he said, no, they love it when you're like a piston. Bang, fucker, 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 fucker. They love that. I'm like, first of all, we don't really fuck on, unless it's a porn, sir. Would you like a fettuccine Alfredo? Wait a minute, are you the Italian alien? That's right. You thought I was your director, but I've come to dominate you and the rest of the world. But first, I would like to know, do you like fusilli Rigatoni, better. Oh, I am the Italian alien. Wow, we really have a busy sky tonight.
You thought that you could get through a one sketch without the Italian
You're doing
alien?
Swedish.
No, this is the Italian alien's partner. He's a Swedish alien.
Oh.
So that's my excuse.
I'm sorry.
Here. Yeah, thank you. I was
fucked
correct.
that up.
You can't get through any sketches without the Italian alien coming through. Dude, I can't imagine Keitel getting bossed around. Like, he's just, like you said, he just seems like kind of a badass.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's an old school New Yorker out of that whole, like his first big movie, as well as De Niro, I think was Mean Streets, Scorsese. If you get a chance to see, if you haven't seen Mean Streets, man, it's De Niro's performance is really good as like this fucking con man.
Yeah.
Kind of gangster con man. And I'm going to watch Mean Streets again with a little cup of cocoa, little speed, little psychotic break from reality, put on Mean Streets and go, leave me alone! I'm watching Mean Streets!
Dude, I had my little kitty cat this morning. I took a little nap, and
did you hear the purr going?
Oh yeah, he's
the purr
amazing.
Is amazing.
Yes, yeah, he's just a good boy, man. If he's in the mood, and I jump into bed, he'll wait till I get settled, and then he jumps in the bed and comes and I have to grab him and pull him down, and then he stays there and purrs. But
I got to tell you, the worse the world gets, and it's pretty bad. The more I am drawn to the absolute pure zen of animals and the love and loyalty and
yes,
just their simplicity of they want to just sit with you and, chill out. If you don't have an animal, get one.
Absolutely.
I would say the one animal you don't want, unless you have a very big place, is a Komodo dragon.
Well,
did we talk about Komodo dragons last podcast?
I think you had rented an apartment where they were in your closet, as I recall.
Yeah. But anyway, I love the zen of the cat.
Yes. It's unconditional love. Automatic, unconditional love from an animal. And go to your local rescue shelter. There are so many animals that are just waiting to be loved.
Yeah,
really
but
are.
also hearing, there was a little dog. You're going to see this dog run by us here, and two people. Folks, even in cold weather, we have fellow human beings, and there's the dog, and the dog was looking at me like, hey buddy, seriously, just now this little guy who just walked past us, he was looking at me like, hey buddy, isn't it good to be alive in the park? That was his vibe.
Yes, absolutely.
Isn't it great? This is a great day, right?
Yeah,
we're in the park. That was his vibe.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, my wife, she's been giving me a hard time because I keep sending her so many animal videos and baby videos.
You're sending her?
Oh yeah, I send her videos all the time of just cute little kitties or dogs or.
By the way, don't send me video. A lot of people send me videos. Too many
on Instagram.
No, but and they're and quote unquote funny, and some of them are. But I don't have time to watch all these. Do you get sent a lot of videos?
I do get sent quite a few videos.
Do you try to watch them? You try to watch them because you're a nice guy.
There's a threshold.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like if I get...
Hold it, I have to urinate again.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead. You shouldn't do it.
Oh, that's much better. Much better. No, it's nature's hand warmer. The things you crack and you know.
The things. Welcome to Things That You Crack. I'm your host, Ted Toastmates. And things that you crack. What cracks are sometimes your sanity. What else cracks? Knuckles crack.
Back.
What?
Joints, just joints.
Joints crack. You know what crackers crack, and I guess that's why they call them crackers. Crack, that is anyway, welcome to things. You know what, let's do it driving in the rain.
It's perfect.
I've had a couple of requests, and it's raining.
And now, another iteration of the gig economy noir known as Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
I got up, I was drinking a cup of coffee and smoking a cigarette in the shower. That's right. I smoke cigarettes and drink coffee in the shower because it was raining outside and I wanted to get my body used to it. I had to get in my Uber/Uber Eats / DoorDash / Instacart / Therapy on Wheels / Bookmobile / Risks. I was in my car that provided not a living but just some change for me. Uber was my gig today. I had to deliver this broad. She asked me to pick her up on the app. I had no idea. Her name was Camilla Johnson, and I drove over there in heavy rain. It was a downpour. It was like the whole world was crying. People can't take the fact that chaos is reigning in the United States and all over this world because the consumer society has gotten out of control. We don't know how to live simply, and the rain just kept pounding on my windshield like a reminder to do laundry. I set these intense reminders to do laundry, and that's what this rain felt like, just pounding on the window. The rain felt like it was a burglar pounding on glass trying to get in, or just a jilted lover pounding on the glass to get in, saying, "Please fuck me, please fuck me." Anyway, I put on some jazz music, and the rain pitter-pattered. It pitter-pattered against the side of my car, against the front of my car, and I was going to pick up Camilla, and she was a doll. I pulled up. The rain was striking her. The rain was striking her like someone who was trying to rob her, and I was like, "Get in my Uber," and she jumped in, and first thing she said to me was, "Let's go to Vegas." And I said, "That's going to cost you a pretty penny, doll." And she said, "Don't worry. I invented the vibrator that's selling like crazy now." And I was like, "A vibrator? You mean for the clitoral stimulation?" And she said, No, this is a vibrator to help oil companies frack." And I was like, "Okay, sorry that I went to such a lascivious place." And she said, "Do you mind if I smoke?" And I said, "All right." So we started driving to Vegas, and the rain got heavier, like a couple that just got married and they get comfortable with each other and they don't feel like being hot anymore, and they keep eating Malomars. They keep eating graham crackers with chocolate. I forget what those are called. S'mores. They're called s'mores. And she was smoking up a storm, and then I noticed that she unbuttoned a couple of her buttons in it. She was showing me some cleavage, and I also saw the beginning of a tattoo on her chest, and I said, "What is the tattoo?" And she said, it's Chevron fracking. It's a picture of Chevron fracking. I said, "Boy, you're into fracking," and the rain just pounded. The rain just, it got heavier and heavier, like that couple that just wants to keep eating. "Al, pass me more mashed potatoes." "Margaret, You should watch your weight. Ow! This is just an interstitial for driving in the rain. What are you talking about, Margaret? Ow! Just pass me the mashed potatoes. And the rain came down like a shrill Allen Margaret fight in Eddie Pepitone's head. All the characters that were in Eddie Pepitone's head were always having fights, just a knockdown, drag-out fight, and that's what it felt like on the streets, on the highway, on the I-10, the I-10 to Vegas. I just floored it. It's the I-10 to Vegas, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Nobody was sure. I said, so that tattoo is chevron fracking, huh? And she said, that's right. Do you want to see when they drilled into the ground? And she unbuttoned more, and all of a sudden, her breasts were exposed, and my car swerved. I hit a puddle. I don't know if it was the fact that she showed me her breasts, or that the puddle made me air glide on the rain, and I swerved, and the car did a 360, and she said, she kept saying, I love when we do donuts, and I said, donuts, that sounds like a good idea, let's get some donuts, and when the car stopped its scary donut, I went to a Yum Yum Donuts, and I grabbed a Boston cream. She grabbed a cruller. I said, you're old school, a cruller, huh? And she said, do you have the balls to make love to me? I said, I do have the balls, but I had prostate cancer surgery recently. I don't know, if the little sergeant, the little Johnson's gonna react. She said, give me him.
Thanks for joining us on the continued saga of Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
Let's do a guided.
And now, take a deep breath as the gray clouds roll in and your troubles melt away on Guided Meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Okay, everybody. I want you now to just be in repose. Do you know what repose means? Well, it is a liqueur in Portugal, but it also means to relax. So I want everybody to stop pushing. Stop pushing. Let everything fall off you like a leper. Let everything fall off you. Let it hit the ground. Clean it up later. Whether it's things falling out of your pockets, and hopefully if you do have pockets, today you don't have any metal objects. Before meditation, I always ask people to take out their sharp metal objects when they're doing lotus or doing the barking dog. I one time did lotus and barking dog with a set of Ginsu knives that I had forgot about, and I wound up in an emergency room. But I was very relaxed because of the meditation. But anyway, just on your first in-breath, I want you to breathe in all the unconstitutionality that's going on in the Trump regime and realize that eventually this moron, this piece of shit, and all the pieces of shit that surround Trump, they are going to be out of power and everything is impermanent. Just with your first in-breath, realize that everything is impermanent and that the military-industrial complex will eventually collapse and there will be blood in the streets. I don't want you to breathe that in. There will be blood on the streets for a period of perhaps 5 years like another type of civil war. But don't breathe that in. Breathe in the fact that it will collapse, like everything comes and goes. Whether it's a frog that's been run over by a bus, Trailways, whatever bus, Greyhound, that's hit the frog, and that life is over. And our lives are so quick, some quicker than others. I had a friend who went into a 7-Eleven the other day. He had no idea his life was going to end. He just wanted to buy some bananas and motor oil at 7-Eleven. And he was knifed. He was knifed, and it was by the owner. Anyway, just that's your first in-breath. I don't want you to put violent images in your head. And I just want you to realize the impermanence, whether your life can end in a 7-Eleven or if you're a frog underneath a Greyhound Trailways, a Greyhound bus or Trailways. And just now with your first out-breath, breathe out the toxicity that is the media, all the toxic, oh my God, the breaking news. There is so much broken news out there. Do you know, we've been doing breaking news now for so many years, and the broken news, we have so much broken news. And if you have room in your place, adopt broken news. These news teams are broken and they're looking for a home. Hello, we're Eyewitness News. Do you have a home for us here at Channel 7? We want you to take in our entire news team. Sam at Weather has been since breaking news is... Anyway, you get the idea. So your first out breath, breathe out all the toxicity of breaking news. Breathe out the toxicity of your relationships. When we try to get close to people, we start unraveling their mask. Do you know that? Every time we get intimate with someone, more and more intimacy reveals more and more of the mask that people are wearing, and out comes the monster. Breathe that out, you fucking idiots. Sorry, folks, I snapped there a little bit. I'm so sorry, but that's what happens when you wear tight socks.
We hope you've enjoyed this mask unraveling on another episode of Guided Meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Let's do a praying for celebrities.
Popping off. Hey, son, it's time to lay your head on your pillow and say goodnight, say hello to the Sandman. It's time for another Praying for Celebrities. Hey, son, you ready for bed?
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to say up to the big man upstairs.
Well, I think a lot of celebrities are in trouble. Do you mind if I just address God right now, Dad?
Absolutely, son, and I just want to applaud your empathy for some of these wealthier
I mean, that's the whole point, Dad, is that just because you have obscene amounts of money, based, and you got your money on the backs of workers around the world.
That's right.
It doesn't mean that you don't have problems. Anyway, God.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
That's a sweet boy. All right.
Okay, thank you, Dad. By the way, when are you going to release me from this cabin in captivity?
Oh, son.
No, I mean, all right, I'll pray for celebrities. I don't want to focus on the negative, God.
That's right.
I want to pray for all the people who have so much money in the stock market, and it's gone down 10%. They even say, God, that there's a correction. Please help the people who've had a 10% drop in their portfolios, God. Yeah, especially the super wealthy. I'm not talking about teachers who managed to save a bunch of money. Those people are there to be ripped off. I'm talking about the billionaires, God. And God, please look down on Elon Musk. There's a lot of pushback going on to his DOG, which is Department of Government Efficiency. There's a lot, he's just trying to eliminate poor people from the earth by cutting Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security. And the less people on the earth, God, the better. Elon's doing your work. God, please protect him from all the crazy people out there and all the CEOs that are cost cutting, and the way they cost cut is they raise their salaries, but then they fire people. Please protect them, God. Everybody should get the highest salary they can if they're in power, God. And God, please look down on the pets of wealthy people. Yes, they have gold collars and diamond collars. But sometimes these wealthy people, they're so busy with taking everybody's money that the dogs don't get enough attention.
They're not rich in love, Lord.
Yes. And God, again, I'm going to ask you to look down on P. Diddy, who is now having freak-offs in jail. And they're very different than the ones he had on the outside.
It's not the same.
They're done in laundry rooms and shower stalls, and it just seems like it's gonna be hard times for him. Please, God, make sure he gets baby oil, and don't let people take P. Diddy's money when he's in jail. And God, look down on all the people who profit off of war. Halliburton, Boeing, Northrop Grumman. I can't think of a couple right now. Kellogg Root. All those people make incredible money off of the killing of innocent people. But
don't forget about BlackRock, son.
And BlackRock, Lord.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Daddy.
Absolutely.
Even though you're holding me in captivity, please look down on BlackRock. I mean, yes, they buy up all the housing and make everything unaffordable for middle class. And, well, there is no middle class anyway, God. The trouble lies in... I don't know, God. I'm sorry I couldn't complete that sentence. I'm just upset that the billionaires are taking a lot of heat lately. Everybody is whining about the oligarchs. They came out on top. What's your problem, Dad? Please tell God to help these people. Thank you, Dad.
Absolutely. And amen.
Amen.
Thanks for joining us on another Praying for Celebrities. Well, we got our show we got to promote.
Fuck yeah. April 27th, come see me and Kevin in our debut show at the Hollywood Improv Lab called This Awful Mess.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna. It'll be fun. We're still not really sure what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be us.
Oh,
and
it'll be yeah.
Oh, it'll be us, all right.
Well, I think we both want to do 15 minutes of stand-up.
Yeah.
To get our chops working there, because that's what we are mainly.
Yes.
Is stand-ups, and then we want to maybe do. I don't know. Sketches. I don't know.
Throw some sketches, and maybe if we have a guest, that inspires.
Probably
we could do some sort of guest thing. But
all right, we'll figure it out. Let's do that.
It's going to be a great show. At the very worst, it's going to be some of the best stand-up you've ever seen. And
That's right.
at the best, it'll be that plus more. So check that out. Go over to eddiepepitone.com.
Absolutely.
And you can see all the tour dates over there. Get tickets, all that good stuff. Patreon's still going. For the way this podcast works is we put this podcast out every single Tuesday in audio for everybody. And if you're a Patreon supporter, you also get that new episode in video format. And if you're not a Patreon subscriber, you, of course, get the video the next week. So go and check that out. Go subscribe to us on Instagram. Instagram. And Patreon, YouTube, Instagram, EddiePepitone.com. And that's it.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.